We're engaged. 2 weeks
day.
to the day. At this time, my mom just got here.
I tried to wake Cori up saying, I think your mom's coming, and she said it'll be like 45 minutes. And then you came out of the room and you're like, she'll be here in 10 minutes.
No, I was like, I whipped open the door and I was like, she's gonna be here in 5 minutes. Because I can have her location so I could see her. But so they got here, and I just want to say that I was completely surprised. I did not expect it at all. Like, I think at like one point during, like when we were walking through, I was like, I was like, if he's gonna propose today. And then I was like, no. I was like, nah.
That was what Cori's biggest rule for the engagement was, I better be surprised. So if you go look at our previous video, like the actual proposal video, I started the video out by explaining the plan and going over what I was going to do. So I won't really reiterate all that, but I'll go over how the day went. So Cori's mom got here. I called Cori's mom, asked if I could marry her daughter, and then got her in on the plan. So she wasn't doing a great job of really hiding it throughout the day. She just kept saying how excited she was, which...
I thought she was just excited to like go to Castle Noel.
Yeah, which luckily Cori was pretty ignorant to that, because every time she would say that, I'd be like, what's that? But so went in the morning, dropped off the box or the ring, didn't actually drop off the ring because that was a big liability thing, and I didn't want them to have that weight on them, and I didn't want to be thinking about that the entire time, because even if he wasn't able to pull out the box, I was still going to be able to salvage the proposal, I felt like. So it was pouring rain that day, like disgustingly rainy that day.
Well, then that was the other thing though too, is that when we were getting ready to leave, I was like, did you wake up today and like record anything at all? Because I wanted like that video for Castle Noel to be like Andrew's whole day, like while I'm sleeping, and then like, oh, and then we're going to Castle Noel, and then like dinner after. Like, I wanted it to be a whole day. And he's like, yeah, I did. And I was like, wow, really? Like, because normally he won't do that unless we had, like, I told him like the plan for like...
That's not true. I've recorded videos on my own.
Yeah, if I've told you to.
No,
like,
the one Drew video where I cleaned your car and went to the gym. You had no idea what I was doing that day.
No, but I told you to film like a Drew video weekend, like while Cori works. This is what Andrew does. Yeah, I did. So and he's like, yeah, I went to the gym. So I, again, like, was just like, wow, like, didn't think.
Yeah, so I recorded some in that morning. Her parents got here. It was scheduled for 2:05, I think, was our actual tour time.
Also, because you called my mom on Friday, throughout, I usually call my mom, like, on my way to work if she can, like, answer, and I'll just, like, talk to her for a little bit. She, on Friday, that's when he called her, like, could not talk for long. She's like, we're going to the Trans-Siberian Orchestra. And then I think on Saturday, she also, like, was kind of, like, giving me a reason, like, why she couldn't talk.
She did work that day.
Leaving, like, something about, like, she was getting in the Chick-fil-A drive-through line, and she would call me back, but then she never called me back. But, so yeah, so then it was just funny when she got here, she was like, said that she was excited, and then she was like, I don't know, she was just like looking at me in a way that I just was like, why are you?
She would look at me and she'd go.
I'm like, why are you looking at me like that? But yeah, we got there and it was pouring down rain.
And I got out of the car first, and I was just standing in the rain while you guys are like literally playing rock, paper, scissors.
No,
in the
I
car.
was waiting for Wyatt.
So I decided I didn't have an umbrella. I was the only one without one. So I ran. And when I ran, I had the ring in my sweatshirt pocket. And when I jumped off the curb into the street, the ring came flying out of my pocket. And luckily I caught it, because that would have been real bad.
can't believe it was in your sweatshirt.
Oh, and someone asked in the video too, like, why was Andrew just wearing a sweatshirt? I'd love to hear why. Like, obviously I couldn't get so dressed up that it was like, it was just a Christmas museum.
Yeah.
This wasn't like a fancy ordeal, so I picked like...
You guys are lucky that I honestly put like I feel like I'm lucky that I wore the outfit that I wore. Like, I almost thought about wearing like these cargo pants from Abercrombie that are like joggers. They're not ugly. But I'm like, I just remember thinking like, wow, I'm so glad that I like decided to wear jeans.
She broke one of her nails before we left while getting dressed.
And yeah, while I was going through the closet, like this nail chipped, and then obviously now it's like completely off and I just haven't put it back on. But
yeah, and I thought when she said her left hand, I was like, oh no. So then we get to the place, the tour, I mean, it was a cool place. The tour guides were really funny. It was really interactive.
Yeah, you guys should definitely.
It was probably an hour and a half total, the entire tour.
Yeah.
So.
Well, it probably would have been longer, but our tour got paused.
No, you mean shorter.
Yeah, it would have been shorter, but like at one point, like we were all like, everyone was like paused.
Yeah, there was a giant roadblock.
They like run a very tight ship, so like they were like, we're at wherever in the part of the castle, and then like we go and move on, and like someone else like takes over our tour, and like something was happening that like either no one was like coming to get the group in front of us, so then we couldn't move. I don't know what was going on, but then we ended up just merging with that group. But I remember you said you were like freaking out. Like, why?
Well, I thought, what I thought in my head was the only reason why there would have been a hang up is if Santa had to leave for some reason, because the tour ended with Santa. Like, that was the last thing you did was Santa. And I'm like, okay, why would there be a big hang up? Oh, because Santa had to go do something, Santa had to leave. I don't know, obviously my brain just went to the worst, but luckily that was not the case. We just ended up doing like a super group, which just gave more of an audience when it was time for the actual proposal.
Yeah, so like we went through there, and then when you get to Santa, it's like this giant, like, I almost want to say like Wonderland type room. Like the Grinch is in there. You guys saw in the video the guy from, what did that person say the movie ended up being called?
Oh, with Arnold Schwarzenegger?
Yeah.
I don't remember because I've never seen
sorry,
it. Someone in a comment left it though.
Said what it was, yeah. So that was there.
If you hear Hayner whining, we're not abusing him. We just had to put him in
the room
cage,
so he wouldn't be like attacking us.
Because when we're on the ground, he thinks that means we're playing.
So we get into this room, and I'm just like staring at everything. And you like kind of like wind your way until you get into the line to go up to see Santa, and then you like sit on his lap and take a picture, and then you go down the slide like in A Christmas Story. So and honestly, actually at this point, like I had like the thought again, I'm like, he's not gonna propose, because I looked down at your pants and I was like, I don't even see, like, because you had jeans on, so I was like, I feel like I would see like an outline of something, and I didn't, so I was like, okay, yeah, it's not happening. So those were like the only two like small thoughts that I had, and then they just like left my mind.
But you also have to understand that Cori has thought that everything we've done for the past 6 months has had potential for a proposal.
So that's why I was like, I don't want it to be on Christmas or Christmas Eve or like New Year's, even though I have to work New Year's Eve this year, because then it's like I would really be like expecting it. And I don't know, I just have really good intuition apparently. I had a feeling, but I also like didn't at the same time. But so we're standing in line, and two things. So I saw the manager go up like the stairs in front of us, but I just thought that she was like doing her job, like she had to like be up there for something. And then Andrew kept saying, and like had said like a few times before, like we like throughout like the week, like in like a few weeks before, like I should put an engagement ring on my Christmas list. And I kept saying, I was like, I'm not gonna do that. Like other people aren't gonna be getting me this engagement ring.
And I kept saying, you better ask Santa for a ring or you're not gonna get one.
And I was just like, I'm not, and I was like, okay, like I'm not asking him for a ring. So when we were standing in line, Andrew's like, you remember what you have to ask Santa for? And I was like, yeah, I'm not doing that. Like, stop saying that. And he's like, it would be so funny. And I'm like, no one thinks it's funny but you. So we are like next to go up there. And
it is funny because guess what? Think about all those Christmas songs where they ask Santa for a ring.
So we get up there and the people in front of us are still trying to like work their way down.
Yeah, they had a big group.
So I was like trying to just like be patient and like wait and let them like get down the slide. So we like, cause we had 5 people. So I thought like all 5 of us were gonna come up at first. Like I just wanted them to like basically not be in our way and I didn't want to be in their way. Like let them finish. Like I'm not in a hurry. So while we're standing there, the manager also was like, oh, like, have you had a good time, blah blah blah. And I'm just like thinking like that's just what she does because she works there and they're making conversation. I'm like,
oh yeah, and on the way up when she first walked up, she like touched my back to like let me know that she was there. And actually I put her text on do not disturb because I had texted her because she said send me a picture of you two so I can show Santa so Santa knows these are the 2 people. So I had been texting her that morning. I sent like a couple pictures of us, but I put it on do not disturb because my car pops up the text messages because my car has Apple CarPlay
but
or
we
whatever
drove
it is.
my mom's car anyway.
Well, so I was just thinking like if it popped up, I couldn't, and I didn't like, obviously my phone's always facing up. You see the text and messages I get all the time. So she texted me while I was there and said, let me know when you're getting close. And I had no idea. I didn't respond to her text at all. I read it like 2 hours after we were done there. And I was like, oh no, I'm so sorry. I did not see that. So I almost dropped the ball there. She was just on it, I guess. So
we go up there and I'm on the right side of Santa and I like wave to my little brother and I'm like, come on, Wyatt. And Andrew's like, no, this is just us 2 right now. And I was like, oh. I don't know if you could tell. I was so annoyed. I just wanted to like take the picture. I know.
And I literally like took Wyatt and like pushed him away.
No, my mom was like, come on.
No, in the video you can see I literally have my arm on it. So I'm like, no, just us, buddy.
And so we take the picture. And well, no, because Santa, it's kind of hard to like hear what he's saying, but he was like, how many do you have in your group? And I was like, well, we have 5, but he wants to do just us 2 right now. And he was like, well, I have 2 knees, and like smacks his knees. And so then I don't know if you really did, but I like sat on his knee and you might have sat
on the chair.
Yeah.
I was not about to put that
we
on
take the
display.
picture and I like look over to the side and look at it and I like start to like go to like get up. And also in the video, if you look, Andrew has his hand like clenched like this and you said you had like had the ring in your hand. And I again like didn't even like notice it until like watching the video back that he had it in his hand. He's like, tell Santa what you want for Christmas. And I was like so quietly, I was like, he wants me to ask for an engagement ring. I was like, but I want a really nice house.
Yeah.
And Santa was like, oh, an engagement ring. He's like, well, have you been on the nice list or the naughty list? And I was like, on mostly nice list. And he's like, well, let me see what I can do and maybe I can help with that. And again, like, I just feel like that's just like what Santa says after you tell him what you want. So I again didn't think anything, and so I went to like get up and like see like where I needed to go. And when he like pulls out the box, I don't even know like what I was just like thinking. I think I was just like, I was so caught off guard, and then I didn't think that I would ever react the way that I did, like, I was just like I was so surprised, and then I was just like shaking like for so long after, and yeah, you did a good job.
And you didn't say yes at first either.
Well, I did. I like shook my head,
No,
and it was like not.
Every guy knows you have to hear
Oh
yes.
my gosh, yeah. But then like, so our cover picture is like when I like said yes and he put it on, and Santa was like, she said yes.
Yeah,
like
because
that is such a good picture.
The people were behind me, like the line was behind me, and that's the cheering that you hear in the video too, is the group of people that were in line to see Santa. And then the manager lady was on it. She was like, everyone get in, put your hand here, do
she's
this
like,
there.
Cori, put your hand on Santa like this. And so that was funny. And then also like the worker, like the elf worker behind me in the video of that my mom took was so funny, because she's like, but and also someone else asked me, they were like, you didn't think anything when your mom was like recording? And I was like, I didn't think that she was taking a video. I didn't even notice that it was your phone. I didn't think that she was recording. I just thought it was her phone, and she was just like snapping her own pictures, because that's like what she does. Like no one is ever really like looking at her, or she just like wants to take her own pictures.
I was nervous because they were like so adamant about no phones, because I mean, it's like when you go do anything, they take the pictures, then you buy the pictures. You're not supposed to record your own video. So I was like, how are the employees up there going to know, like, yes, her mom's allowed to record this? And luckily the manager was there, so I think she obviously stopped any problems with that. So then I got to push Cori down the slide. That was pretty cool. And then we got to the bottom. We took a couple more pictures. Probably our best pictures in front of that Christmas tree. There was a really good tree at the bottom that we got to take pictures.
And they wanted us to sign like one of our pictures, like with Santa. Like,
yeah, it's probably somewhere there. I don't know where, but
it was a very good day. Very excited. We are going to look at a venue this coming Friday, and that's pretty much all that we have planned. So I'm very excited. The ring is very pretty. Yeah, look at it again.
Look at it. Cori just looks at it all the time.
It's trying to focus on your face.
My face must be prettier than a diamond.
It's so pretty. You did very good. But so then after you saw, we called all of our friends and family. We had dinner with my mom and my stepdad and my little brother before they left, and yeah, it's been so fun.
2 weeks. The wedding planning is started already. I don't think we got to keep them coming back, so we're not going to give too much. But yep, we're hitting the ground running with that. It's going to be a big 2 years for us in terms of life.
Yeah.
Hopefully house, big trip, wedding, maybe a baby.
No.
Yep.
No, not from us. Maybe from other people.
Switch your birth control with sugar pills. But yep.
That was it. That was the whole point of this video. So hope you guys enjoyed hearing my side of the story. So
this is not going to be our normal type of wedding video. They're going to be more active, actually planning, going and doing things. But we figured Cori didn't get a chance to explain her part of it. I kind of did a little bit before, but didn't get to say the stuff that happened. So overall, I don't think it could have gone much better than it did. Somehow I snagged the ring out of midair when I jumped.
Oh my gosh.
Some of the baseball reflexes came back, and after years of not using them, her family got to be there, which was my biggest goal.
Thank you for watching. Goodbye.
More wedding videos to come.
Yep, more wedding, more just normal life videos to come, so keep watching.
See you guys.